This is the Domino's pizza case analysis for customer value in digital world. I'm Skylar Higgins.
I'm Blake DeCarlo.
I'm Pradeep Nalatambi.
I'm Dave Swartzentuber.
So the things we're going to go over today, we are going to touch on the background of Domino's and then into Domino's decline, as well as their turnaround. And then we're going to go to the system's impacts on stakeholders. And then we're going to ask the question, what's next for Domino's, and give our opinions on what we believe is upcoming for them.
So just to start with a little bit of background about Domino's, it was founded in 1960 and it was purchased by Tom and James Monaghan. They actually bought an existing pizza shop called Dominic's, and a year later, Tom bought out James and renamed it to Domino's. The first franchise store opened in 1967, and they are headquartered in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Throughout the years, they have steadily grown. They had 1,000 stores by 1983, 6,000 stores by 1998. Also in 1998, the original owner, Tom, sold 93% of his interest to an investment firm. Under this investment firm, they were able to expand internationally to 2,500 stores, and they also did their IPO in 2004.
So to get into Domino's decline, this happened in the time frame of 2003 to 2009. There was a lot of customer dissatisfaction at this time. They were plagued with being stagnant, not changing things. Their recipe was the same. They weren't really doing anything to adapt to different customer needs over these years, while different chains around them were adapting, changing, adding things that were popular with trends and food trends specifically at the time. And this led to a large customer dissatisfaction with Domino's as a whole. And because of this and other reasons, such as the upcoming of frozen pizza and different alternatives to frozen food and different fast food delivery options, this caused a market share decline with the industry as a whole, and then specifically sales declined with Domino's at 2.2% the first years of this decline with Domino's, like right around 2003, 2004, they started seeing it. And then the old CEO, again, wanted to keep things exactly the same and wanted to keep them simple. He said that he viewed these changes as too critical to sales, and he wanted to keep his stakeholders happy. So he wanted to maintain sales around the same, and he worried about making a change and shareholders repenting him or being angry at him because of bad profits, bad margins because of these changes. So this timeline shows the changes that Domino's went through. So again, this beginning time frame of 2003 to 2009 was their decline, but in 2008 is when they started changing things around for the turnaround, but they were still negative at this time, which is why I stopped the decline in 2007, because that is when the stagnation essentially ended. And 2008, they were starting to change things, but again, it won't change around in profit like immediately, so it took some time. In 2008, they reworked the recipe. They added the now popular 2 medium, 2 topping pizza deal, but at the time it was only $5.99. They also implemented a new point of sale system that they called Pulse. And then this led to 2009, their profits being positive for the first time in several years at this point. They implemented new training for all their employees. This was made to make sure their pizza making process from beginning to end was 12 to 15 minutes to help increase delivery time and speed. 2011 led to the first line of artisan pizzas, which was a big hit with them, as they're still around now. 2012, they continued with different pizzas, making personal handmade pizzas. They added a pizza theater design, which is now what it looks like everywhere, where you can see the different options everywhere. 2013, they added a pizza profiles on their app, so they are able to save the pizzas that users liked, and they're able to view their history, so they're able to reorder the same pizza without remembering everything that was on it. Quick turnaround for the app, they immediately added a voice-controlled assistant called Dom in 2014 to help make the pizza making process on the app easier and help answer some simple things here and there. In 2015, they verbally restated their beliefs, which are opportunity, hardworking, inspired solutions, winning together, embracing community, and uncommon honesty, as well as a loyalty program for Domino's to help entice customers to keep going back to them. In 2017, they partnered with Ford for driverless deliveries. This is to help get pizzas out faster instead of relying on a driver. They would be more consistent. And a couple of the miscellaneous expenses that they would incur, such as like speeding or any human error from driving that they could get pulled over and fined for, would essentially be gone. And then in 2018, they made delivery hotspots more flexible, which helped increase their range that they had for deliveries, as well as it also made the times for delivery faster. And they viewed this as a massive success because one of their key ideals was that convenience wins in pizza delivery. People want their pizza faster. And then in 2019, they mentioned their success was from operational simplicity. This obviously goes to show from their different adding pizzas that people wanted. They made an app for people to view them easier. They then made delivery hotspots for people to get their pizza faster. And then they opened up the innovation garage. And in this, they had essentially made a thing where people can implement ideas and send in ideas, and then they would take some of the more serious ones and see if they would work out for them.
Thanks, Skylar. So this is the most interesting part. Being in technology, I'm a huge believer that technology could solve real business problem. What Domino's adopted was an integrated technology which enhances efficiency, satisfaction, and loyalty at every level in the organization. Starting from customer, employees, store manager, and corporate operations, there were like many things which were implemented. To start with, from a customer standpoint, Domino's implemented a tool called Pizza Tracker. This enhances the customer experience by providing real-time updates on orders, which builds trust and reduces the delivery anxiety. The easy-to-use system also allows for accurate customization, minimizing errors, and enhancing customer satisfaction. This convenience leads to strong brand loyalty. From an employee standpoint, for staffs working inside Domino's, they use a tool called Pulse. This is a workflow tool which helps pizza makers and delivery drivers prioritize orders and complete tasks much faster. The reduction in manual hours improves customer satisfaction while creating a smoother, less stressful environment for employees. From a store manager standpoint, managers benefit from enhanced tools provided by Pulse, which offers valuable data on customer orders, employee performance, and inventory. This helps improve staffing, optimize inventory, and make better decision. The system also increases accountability by tracking the order process and also improve the operational efficiency and performance. On the corporate operations side, data from Pulse helps Domino's make data-driven decision, analyze sales trend, and streamline global scalability. The use of technology also strengthens brand loyalty by positioning Domino's as a tech-savvy, customer-centric company, further boosting market efforts and customer retention.
So Domino's leaned heavily on technology for their company turnaround, as Pradeep and Skylar just covered. In late 2008, they introduced a new point-of-sale system called Pulse. This enabled customers and the employees to use touchscreen ordering, create a delivery routing system, do inventory management, employee scheduling, and things like that. This allowed corporate Domino's to better manage their franchises and added new features for customers and employees. This has essentially allowed them to do better quality management for all of the locations. Without technology, they would not be able to do any of these at the level of ease that Pulse allows them to. The chief information officer at the time, Kevin Vassoni, said that implementing Pulse at all locations was probably the best thing that they did for the company in the last decade. The pizza tracker was built into their new POS system, like I just mentioned, and it allowed customers to see exactly where their orders were. While it might seem gimmicky, this small advancement in the Domino's experience added value for customers because, again, it took out the anxiety and the worry about where their food was. This piece of technology is also crazy accurate, and there's only a 40-second variance. Pulse and the pizza tracker allow Domino's to get closer to their customers, better understand their needs, and adapt their strategies to fit what the market was demanding. The corporate IT restructure happened in 2009, which was only 1 year after Pulse POS was implemented. They hired 30 in-house IT professionals to keep the quality of their technological advancements protected because the criticality of technology was far too important to them to outsource it. Because of this restructure, Domino's was able to launch its first proprietary online ordering system. The goal was to increase online sales, which was successful. Not only were sales up because more customers preferred to order online, but now Domino's had more data about their customers and their ordering habits than ever before. This was a major sign that Domino's was taking technology seriously and saw what it could do for their business. Domino's marketing strategy was and still is closely linked to what they could do technologically. One of their marketing campaigns that was powered by the technology was the Stranger Things Mind Ordering. They partnered with 2 other organizations to make this possible and integrated facial recognition and eye tracking technology into the Domino's app so that you could order a pizza the way Eleven would from Stranger Things. Domino's integrated multiple technologies and capabilities to make mind ordering an option in an effort to reach the younger audience. By targeting younger audiences, Domino's is creating a new customer segment that will want to purchase their food. Domino's also focused on their website. Instead of just redoing the recipe and letting customers find out for themselves that the pizza tasted better now, Domino's dedicated an entire section of their website to the "Oh Yes, We Did" campaign. This part of the website featured a video of customers comparing the old recipe to the new recipe, and also featured a live stream of Facebook and Twitter feedback. This is a great example of adding fuel to the fire in a positive way. So instead of just quietly changing the recipe and hoping people notice, they took a very authentic and candid stance and used technology to promote their new ideas. Technology was at the core of Domino's turnaround strategy. If it wasn't a leader of a certain strategy like the IT restructure, it was definitely a supporting role like in their marketing.
As far as what's next for Domino's, first of all, we have the current landscape. So customer expectations in this business world, there's an increased demand for convenience and personalization. So that's what people are going to be expecting. And so Domino's has to be on the forefront of providing that. There's more competition from frozen pizzas and fast food chains. And there's a need for continuous innovation in tech and customer engagement. If you notice that during the timeline that Skylar was showing, throughout the whole time, along the way, they were innovating new things, and that's what helped them climb out of their decline. So they need to continue to do that in order to stay in front. And so there's some key areas for growth, which is menu innovation. They should introduce new exciting products to capture diverse consumer tastes. Also, eco-friendly practices. It's becoming more and more common for people to be wanting that nowadays. So, getting into that can't hurt. And also exploring new markets and strengthening international presence. Just getting things going more overseas. The more pizzas they can sell, the better it's going to be for the company. So there's 4 main steps. The first one is to enhance the customer experience. They need to look at data analytics and offer promotions and recommendations based on what they need to be able to forecast what should be needed. Also, mobile ordering platforms is going to be just more and more important as people get more tech savvy as the years go on. That's going to be something that's going to be important. Also, another thing that can't hurt is strengthening the employee engagement with training programs, making sure that the service is up to par, because they can make all the innovations they want, but if people come to Domino's and don't have a good experience, they're not going to want to come back. And one thing to figure out about that is with feedback. They also need to continue to innovate with the research and development, just figuring out how to find the new tactics and strategies that they can use, and also partnering with tech firms and introducing digital platforms and stuff like that, which it can be a plus for both sides. Collaborating with other companies that can help you out in areas which you can't help yourself is always a good idea. And just being sustainable as they go on. They need to make sure that everything's going well as far as their shipments and stuff like that, and they need to continue to meet the expectations that the customers have for a good pizza place. So thank you for watching, and please let us know if you have any questions.